Are you ready? Oh my gosh, I'm recording too. We're just getting so efficient. Welcome to Wingin' It, the West Wing podcast. How is everyone doing today? Oh man, all the feels. Oh man. What kind of day has it been? That's not just what we're saying, it's also the title of the episode. And what just happened? Okay, I feel like we do need to sing. I don't feel like we've done that recently, and after this episode, oh man. Da 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 do 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 do. What? Later. No. It's the magic of post production that I do over here. Magic. Holy cow. Yes. I Mark Twain. Yeah, we had somebody on Twitter also to say that as well. So I love that we're getting this full from all different aspects of the web. Lies. Wait, hold on. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. I have Twitter here. I even said I might even live tweet while we're doing this, but I don't know that I'm I don't know that I'm capable. Okay. Ha, perfect. What? He he recycles his that title in every project? Man. What? Yeah, I guess so. Cool. Well, okay, we're gonna try not to say any spoilers at all because clearly this ends on a huge cliffhanger, and we're not talking about the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wait, nope. Sly Stallone movie. We're not talking about that kind of cliffhanger. We're talking about what just happened. Right? Yeah. How did you get through it? How did you get through it? You you used to have to exactly. You used to have to wait like months, months and months, probably an entire summer. I remember during Lost when there was the writer's strike, and I think we had like 9 months in between. And now it's just like waiting for Downton Abbey. It's like what? Our brains are no longer equipped to handle that kind of anxiety, that kind of stress. So. Oh. Well, I mean, it's hard to not go there. Plus, this is obviously it's our first finale, so you don't really know what to expect from the show. I mean, I guess you kind of expect something dramatic to happen, and they've obviously been building toward this in a subtle way throughout about the death threats and things like that, but you didn't know that this was going to happen. And in fact, exactly. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I guess we can talk about other things in the episode and then just come back to this and just kind of freak out because yeah, I mean, what else happens? Mhm. Right. Yep. Mhm. Mhm. Right. That's true. That was a very succinct TikTok, Sally. I appreciate your that effort there. I tip my tiny hat to you, my friend. Um, yes. Mhm. Mhm. It's like misdirection. Because the whole time, yeah, you know exactly that something bad's gonna go down. And the whole time in the episode, Bartlett is very upbeat. He's very quippy. Uh and yeah, and you just know that it's there to offset the levity is there to offset the weight that comes at the end of the episode. He does have the presidential voice. Mhm. Well, yeah, his character is a different persona in different environments. He's a powerhouse, that Martin Sheen. That's why they pay him the big bucks. Um, okay, can I also say that I really enjoyed, which is something we can't capture in audio form, unfortunately. This is one of those podcast like womp womp moments. Is I love the whole like hand gesture that they create to like indicate that the thing went off well. It's so oddly funny. Like it's not really I don't know why it's funny, but it just is. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It is great though. It's a great hand gesture, but I think Sam being the one who came up with it and being the one to explain it to Bartlett, he's just so earnest. It was the perfect moment, and I love even when Josh goes to explain it to Leo. Again, that repetition just makes it even so much more funny. I know the young boys are trying to get the older guys on board and they're resisting. But I know. I wrote that down too. It's like, what does that even mean? How does Leo even know about hip hop? I can't even. Like, what kind of hip hop would Leo have listened to ever? Like, Coolio? Oh, that's an interesting visual. Um, what else? Um, yeah. Was that part of your day today? Was part of your day like, hey, I'm gonna go home and watch the finale? Oh, okay. No, it's not. It's pretty stressful. You have to pay attention. Yeah. But also, yeah, you have to be present, indeed. But also, if you were really going to do this to relax, you would have had to block out an hour and a half because there's no way when you have the next episode available to you that you're going to just watch the finale because you're not weird. I didn't either. Whew, man alive. Yeah, it's like whatever sporting event is on that he can watch. And it's like girls softball. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, it's unlikely for Bartlett when he could be watching anything. Maybe they don't have like the big cable package at the White House. Maybe that's why there's not other sporting events on because I feel like the people who have the really expensive cable, they always have some sort of. That's a good point. That's a good point. Hmm. Yeah, fair enough. I agree. And it looks like Danny and CJ are back on track pretty much. I mean, it's been fairly rocky to say the least the past several episodes, so it is nice that she smacks him on the back of the head and kind of gives him a heads up about the space shuttle and kind of throws him a peace offering, an olive branch, if you will. So I felt good about that. I felt relieved that mom and dad weren't fighting. Um, mhm, true. Stella. Right. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yes. Yeah, it was good to see her kind of come back and hold her own and be the consummate professional that we know that she is. Other um right. Right. But I think it's a fair play because he did something professionally that he had to do and it was bad for her, and she did something professionally that she had to do and it had to be bad for someone. May as well like use it as a little bit of retribution, I say. Maybe I'm mean, but at least we're back on track, or whatever that means. So we'll see what happens in season 2. Holy cow, how are we gonna how oh, there's so much more to happen in this whole series, guys, and we are containing it all and rationing it out. It's like we've been given a feast, a Thanksgiving dinner, and we're just having appetizers right now. This is only season 1. Yeah. Oh, holy vey. Yeah, let's talk about shoot. I mean, pick anything. It's like Kerplunk in here. You just pull a something and feelings will fall down. Um Toby and okay, let's Toby and Sam, because of course Sam, as we've mentioned, cares more about relationships than pretty much anybody in the show. And he's always looking for friends and looking for people to talk to and reminiscing about changes in relationships. We never do this anymore. And he, again, was personally hurt that he didn't know that Toby A had a brother, B that he was an astronaut. I just thought it was cute. Sam. Yes. Yeah, but Toby doesn't like, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's gonna just like talk about his family. Sam seems like the kind of guy who talks about his family. Yeah. That was interesting. I mean, I thought it was, I forgot that that was why, that was part of his inhibition. I mean, obviously I've seen it before, but I thought it was just because, Toby doesn't like to get personal or share his feelings. But then when he said, like, I was embarrassed, I forgot that he was up there. I'm like, man, that was an interesting choice of Sorkin. Anyway, I just thought I'd give him some kudos. Right. Mm-hmm. You thought it was great? It, you know what? It's not that I didn't like it. Is that it made me feel very uncomfortable. Like if I had been in that room, I would have not wanted to be in that room. Love him. Love him. Mm-hmm. Uh. Oh, you know what? It was a great scene. It wasn't comfortable to watch because, but I love that Toby's always the one to push back. I mean, I suppose the other staffers have also pushed back in other ways, but Toby is he's a man of principle. Again, not that the others aren't, but he's so, I don't know, there's something different about Toby, and I love that he's able to push back multiple times against Bartlett's optimism. And Bartlett's trying to be encouraging, and he even stopped over to his office, like, yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm. Whew, man. So, yeah, yes. Yes. Can I also say that also thank you to all the people who have left us reviews on iTunes thus far. If you haven't yet, we love reading them and it helps us out a great deal. So if you're on a laptop or a desktop computer and you go in iTunes and leave us a review, that's nice. That won't keep us up at night. That would be awesome. But I love that we got one review that was only 4 stars because somebody is like, I understand the Mandy hating, but I don't understand the Toby meh, which is totally you, Sally, because I am all about Toby. But they withheld a star for that, which I thought was funny. Fair enough. Yes. People just get people get very protective. I'm just saying, but I understand. It's like it's like you're I'll give you I'll give you that star that they withheld, Sally. I'll just give it to you emotionally. I can't wait. Right. Oh man. Whew. What's the view like from that soapbox? Can you see new things from up there? Hopefully, as you look out upon this beautiful vista. Um, so anyway, I just thought it was funny to address. We don't need to. I know. I love a good pun, of course. Also, other things I love in this episode are the fact that Josh has a meeting with Hoynes where they have to jog the whole time. What? He should get an Emmy just for that scene, I think. It's a long steady cam shot. It's not even like there were different shots. No, I was more concerned about the running and the tank top and the arms and the running. He just layers it. Her friend Curtis. Her friend Curtis. She doesn't have a friend named Curtis. I don't believe it. I don't know. I feel like it's a euphemism. Like, oh, gave it to my friend Curtis. You know, it means like you took it out back and you hacked it to death. I don't know. Yeah, he could sell a red snow cone to a woman in a white dress in Arizona. I mean, it's like Josh. Yeah, I think Hoynes could have been the nominee. Doesn't Hoynes ask that? That if he had listened to, or if he had not listened to Josh 2 years prior, that he would have been president, something like that. Yeah, I love it. He's, but he's so right though. Ah, gosh. Yes, I thought about that too. Every little thing. Actually, I probably would because I'm more of like a yeah, because I'm more of like a public relations person. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I love all that stuff though. I mean, it's kind of manipulative. It's strategic planning, but I dig it. But I also liked the way that Bartlett made it more human. He's like, "Hey, can I just trust you guys that like it's hot up here and I'm gonna take my jacket off?" And I wrote down the fact that he takes his jacket off like a normal human being, unlike the way that he puts it on like a ninja. Is this the last? Is this the last Mandy episode? We should probably. We definitely need to verify if that's true. Can we pull up an IMDb? Because I feel like we need to have like a moment of a moment of sayonara. Um, actually, actually, was it somebody on Twitter or somebody on Instagram that said like that they hoped that it was Mandy that was shot at the end of season one, and I didn't retweet it. Right. Right, because at the time I forgot that I thought it was like the end of season two when this happened. So when they said that, it just came out of context, and I was like, dang, that's a little strong. But now I understand because I remember. Can we do a slow clap? Um, Moira, see, Sally, Moira's never gonna come on our podcast now. She definitely wouldn't. There's too much venom. Oh man. Yeah, that would be worse than most elevator rides. Yeah. I think we can pretty much kiss that opportunity goodbye. Um because yeah, otherwise that totally would have happened. Um Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're working on guests for season 2, but we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. But just know that we are working on guests for season 2. Um, it may mess with our schedule a little bit because we have to schedule with a third person rather than right now when there's only 2 of us. It's a lot easier. It's kind of like having kids and you now have to get a babysitter. It's like there's a whole extra step now. But we'll get into the groove, as they say. Um, I love Josh's line. There's nothing like a meeting you have to carb up for. I just thought that was so good. Yeah, who doesn't? What? Ooh, ground control to Major Tom. Yes. Oh, well, I just wanted to mention, because we didn't talk about this beforehand, is that I really want to play the audio clip of Josh talking to Leo at the end of that scene where Josh goes in for the hug after they have that argument about this. Sorry, go back. Feel free to go on. But well, first, it is a it is a really great moment. But it was kind of startling to see Leo was so he was personally offended by it because I feel like so often we just see him playing the politics of it, but he was personally invested. So, hmm yeah, that scene was so it was so good, and then to have it end so funny was just oh Sorkin, you've outdone yourself. This episode is fantastic. Let's see what else. Yeah, the Bart. Hmm. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just Bartlett getting really personal, asking about the pilot, in the Situation Room, and you know, mm-hmm. What? Really? What? You don't buy it? Ooh, that's a good word. I don't. Honestly, I feel the exact opposite about it because, yes, well, I'm always a fan of over communicating, but also because in that moment when he first apologizes for it, I felt like it was insufficient. I thought that while it was happening. I was like, wow, that he didn't really say he was truly sorry. So I felt like, okay, that was warranted. I didn't feel like the first one was sufficient. Yes. I oh. Yeah, I actually turned it off halfway through. Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. I love Amy Poehler. I love Paul Rudd. It was not what I it wasn't the tone that I was expecting. It was a little too much for me. Mm. Yes. You're like, "What? Oh, it's good. Great. Wonderful." Oh, man. And they have the whole scene where they're talking about the carpet and how they get the presidential seal into the rug. And so Bartlett's like, when he gets the good news, he tells Fitz, like, I'm gonna find out about that carpet thing. Like it's so like, what are you gonna do for somebody that just got your pilot back? It's like there's no guide to the gift giving. What do you what's appropriate? Well, right. I mean, how often do you feel like the president actually gets to make those kinds of calls, realistically? Yeah. Really? I really, we, yeah. I feel like we need to find, okay, this is going to be a podcast goal. We need to find someone a former White House staffer, and we will compile a succinct list of like, hey, how true to life is this? Yes, because there's no way to know, and I'd like to find out. I know. Yeah. Okay. Roll tape. Landingham. Yes. I mean, is there what pick? Yeah, pick something. Just like reach into the pile and pull something out. Yeah. But yeah. I feel like I empathize with Charlie in that I probably wouldn't have wanted somebody to speak up for me if I wasn't confident enough to speak up for myself. I probably wouldn't have liked it, but I felt like she was completely justified in supporting him by doing it. Sometimes you just need a little kick, especially if it's the president. Like I understand feeling intimidated with normal people and not wanting to overstep your boundaries or whatever. But especially with the president, like he could probably use the help. So, but it was one of those well, it was one of those yes. It was one of those things where, like, I don't think he would have spoken up about it because it wasn't one of those things where he needed to. I think Charlie can if he needs to, but this was just like an hey, this could help in your town hall thing, and that's really not his place necessarily. I don't know. So, yeah.